Hello, geometry students. I'm looking at what is called in your Google Classroom solving for angles with algebra. It's this angles and triangles assignment from Mr. Fry. Today's the 14th. This is not due until the 17th, which is this Thursday. Hopefully this helps. I'm doing the odd ones. I'm going to split this up into two videos just so it uploads a little bit quicker. So this is just the first video. And I'll do the first page, and then the second page I'll do in the second video. So taking a look at this, we got to understand that all of the angles inside a triangle, when you add them up, they equal 180. So you might be asking, well, why, Mr. Hunt, do you have this plus this equaling 90? Well, if I had all that and I had, say, like if I started with this is 90. So 90 plus the 5x minus 2 plus 3x plus 4 equaling 180, and I subtracted 90 from both sides, guess what I'd get? I'd get what's left here. 180 minus 90 is 90, so I would get that. I combine my like terms, and then I work to isolate x to get the variable alone on one side, and that's all they're asking me to do is to find the value of x. So my value of x is 11. For number 3, this one's a little weird because this problem right here, this part of the problem here, this angle I need to know. So I know that it's going to be 180 minus whatever this is over here, so that's what I call this angle. This angle is going to be called 180 minus the quantity of minus the quantity of 19x plus 3. Okay, so I add all this up to equal 180. I got my 11x minus 2 from here, and then I add my 9x plus 1 from here. And then I add my 180 minus, in parentheses, 19x plus 3. Now the first thing I have to do is distribute that negative inside here. So this becomes negative 19x and a minus 3. I combine my like terms. I get 176. And I combine all my x's and I just get x. 180 minus 176, x equals 4. Ends up starting out really ugly, ends up ending really pretty. Okay, number 5. Hopefully you're slowing this down as you need to, and you're doing those even ones. Go ahead and make mistakes. As long as you're learning from them, you're making progress. Okay, so this problem right here, I'm going to work with this triangle first here. And I know that this angle, don't worry about that 68 right now. This angle and this angle, these are equal to one another. So I can add 6x minus 2 and the 11x minus 9 and the 72, these three angles, and that will equal 180. I have it kind of written backwards here just because I was thinking backwards. Okay, I combine my like terms. I divide both sides by 17 to isolate the variable, and I get x equals 7. Now that x equals 7, I plug that 7 in for x for this one right here, because now I have a y. Y is different than x, so I got to figure out just what this angle is. So I plug my x in that I figured out, and I get that 68. So now I understand that this equals 68. So I'm going to take my 30 plus my 68 plus my 5y minus 8 to equal 180. Then I could solve for y, and that's what I did here. I took my 30 plus my 68 plus my 5y minus 8, combine like terms, divide both sides by 5, I get 18 equals y. And then for number 7, I have a couple parallel lines, these two parallel lines. I know that this angle here is going to be 180 minus that. I don't think I deal with that first. I deal with these two first. I know that this angle, since these are parallel lines, if you want to look at it like this makes a little bit more sense. If I have a transversal, remember those transversals? This and this, the same side, interior angles. Remember those, when you add those two together, they're going to equal 180. They're supplementary. So this angle, 7, don't worry about that 60 right now, but 7x minus 31 plus 63 plus 5x minus 8 is going to equal 180, and that's what I have right here. And that's going to help me solve for x. I combine my like terms, go ahead and pause it, and then divide by 12, and I get x equals 13. Now, in order for me to figure out what this angle is, because I want to figure out what this y is, right? So I plug in that 13. I plug in that 13 for x up here. And I end up getting 7 times 13 minus 31 equals 60. That's what I did here. Then I'm going to take that 60 and the 63, and this I know, remember at the beginning, is 180 minus this. That's what this is going to equal. So I take that 180 minus that, 4y plus 27, and I add that 60 that I just figured out from up here, and I add that 63 that they gave me, and that all equals 180. So I just combine my like terms, solve for the variable, and I get y equals 24. Okay, look for part 2 next.